This week marks 2 years since COVID-19 was declared a global pandemic, and the ramifications of that quickly started to turn our lives upside down. Here's what that looked like here in California. The World Health Organization made the pandemic declaration on March 11th, 2020. 2 days later, most districts in California had decided to pause in-person learning. And March 15th, Governor Newsom called for bars, restaurants, gyms, and more to close. The 19th, a stay-at-home order went into effect. 2 years later, as Mimi just told us, hospitalizations are going down, and we're working to gradually return to normal. Businesses are still feeling the effects, but bouncing back. Workers are getting new jobs and raises. As ABC 10 News reporter John Horn explains, though, the state of the local economy remains fragile.
Just after 10 a.m. on a recent Tuesday, and the staff at Kearny Mesa's Tahini is already prepping for the lunch rush for its chicken and steak shawarma.
It pays homage to our culture and the places that our families come from, while still doing so in a manner that is easily visited by the American public.
Co-founder Osama Shabaik is growing the restaurant, planning a coffee shop next door and a new location on the UCSD campus later this year. But in March 2020, he wasn't thinking about expanding. Instead, survival.
We were definitely shocked the way everyone else was when lockdowns went into place. We saw sales really plummet overnight.
The coronavirus outbreak shocked what was then a healthy San Diego economy. More than 200,000 people lost their jobs as stay-at-home orders kicked in. Government stimulus loans to businesses, checks to families, and boosts to unemployment kept San Diegans afloat. Those now gone as the economy has reopened. But while the unemployment rate has declined from a peak of 15.9% to 4.2%, things still are not totally stable.
The economy is healthy but fragile, because when employers can't find enough workers to fill their need, they can't remain open at all hours.
Peter Kallstrom of the San Diego Workforce Partnership noted service sector businesses are struggling to find workers. Many retrained for other fields or moved out of San Diego. That, along with inflation at a 40-year high, is pushing costs up for everyone.
You know, I think the restaurant industry is going through a reckoning.
While Tahini is back to its full hours, it did have to raise prices and has multiple job openings. This despite its familial environment and its commitment to pay above minimum wage. John Horn, ABC 10 News.
And you can read more about our region's recovery and where we're at with COVID 2 years later at 10news.com, and just for the coronavirus tab at the top of the homepage.